Hi everybody, Hub Arkush reporting live for ChicagoFootball.com from the Chicago Football Newsroom as we continue to look at free agency in the NFL for 2015. The first signings will come at 4 p.m. on March 10th. The Bears and other teams are not allowed to talk to potential free agents or their agents until March 7th, but we all know that rule gets bent a little bit. If there's somebody you are interested in, you're probably in contact with his agent already, at least trying to get a feel for what the likelihood is that that player might like Chicago and what the cost parameters might be. Now, as you look at the Chicago Bears salary cap situation, a little more room than you might expect, about $20 to $25 million under the cap right now. A lot of that, though, because of expiring contracts, and they're going to have to add at least 10 to 15 players, whether they're backups or starters, to fill out the roster, so that number could be a little misleading. Also, if the Bears decide to cut ways with Brandon Marshall, that would free up another $4 million of cap space. They would take a $5.6 million cap hit, but nonetheless, your cap space goes up, not down. So will the Bears be big movers in free agency? It seems unlikely when you look at new general manager Ryan Pace and his stated goal of building this team through the draft. But as a veteran coaching staff comes in with some aging talent and a desire to win now, possibly a difference maker on the defensive side of the ball is somebody the Bears could spend money on. There's no room on offense. Yes, you can always get better at every position, but there's really no player that the Bears are going to break the bank for with so many veterans coming back offensively. But defensively, the Bears need a big-time pass rusher. Now, if they are switching to a 3-4 defense, they'll need that pass rush even more. It gives them more options. It could come from an outside rushing linebacker as opposed to a defensive end. But this is free agency, or a period of free agency that has some talent in the pass rush spots. And you start up front, Greg Hardy. Now, what do you get in the Carolina Panthers All-Pro? A guy who's probably going to be suspended for at least part of the season, but a guy who may come very cheap based on his ability because of the uncertainty about his future. I don't see the Bears taking a chance there, but he is somebody to keep an eye on. If the Bears go 3-4, they want more help both at the 0 technique over the nose and the 5 technique defensive end. You look at players like Ndamukong Suh, Nick Fairley, and most of all, B.J. Raji, the Packers, all could fit one of those spots. They're all going to command fairly big money. Raji not as much as Fairley, Fairley not as much as Suh. It looks like Suh may get a deal done in Detroit, but if he hits the market, would the Bears be players? It's hard to say. Then you look at the possible switch to the 3-4, looking for that rush off the edge. You've got Brian Orakpo of the Washington Redskins and Justin Houston, who had 22 sacks for the Kansas City Chiefs last year, free agents. I think Houston's going to get a franchise tag slapped on him if he doesn't do a long-term deal. Orakpo, though, may hit the market. These are just some defensive names to keep an eye on. The Bears have the kind of money available under the cap to do one or two of those deals. Again, the early indications are we don't expect Ryan Pace to be a big spender in free agency, but if they want to make an impact on defense in the pass rush, there are players out there that they might do it with. For the best updates on all of this news as free agency comes closer, please be sure and stay right where you're at 24/7 at ChicagoFootball.com.